If you could start saving $10,000 every day, how long do you think it would take you to crack the Forbes top 10 richest list? 100 years? 1,000? Try nearly 5,000. To have the wealth of, say, Jeff Bezos or Elon Musk, you would need to have started saving 10 grand a day when they laid the first stones for the pyramids in Egypt. We may think we know what we would do with billions of dollars, but in reality, the insanely wealthy experience a world that we can't even imagine. So if you're wondering how the lives of the ultra-rich compare to average, hard-working employees, let's find out. I hope this video inspires you to learn how to grow your income outside your job and free yourself to live the life you want. You definitely don't need to be a billionaire to be financially free. With that being said, let's dive headfirst into poverty. This is the level of wealth, which is really just the complete absence of wealth. Broke, or living in poverty, is the level at which just over 11% of Americans are living. At the broke level, your income and assets are significantly less than your expenses. Broke people are struggling to pay for even basic human needs, like housing, healthcare, and food. At this level, you are likely relying on assistance from the government to survive. There is little or no spending on items that are not absolutely essential. In the US, official poverty is classified as an individual earning less than $13,000 annually. Of course, the truth is that many people making far more than that struggle with poverty, especially given the current inflation and housing crises. I suggest the US government try living on $20,000 or $30,000 a year in a place like California, and see if they feel like adjusting that threshold. The next step up the wealth ladder from broke is the struggle life. If you're living with a struggle, you're experiencing financial insecurity, meaning that you can usually cover all of your essential needs, but that an unexpected expense over $1,000 could pull you into debt. According to MarketWatch, 1.5 billion people live at this level internationally. You can afford a few things outside your basic needs and can likely rent housing at market prices. You don't qualify for most government assistance, but you're still not financially stable. People at this level of wealth might have a car or be able to treat themselves to small comforts like new clothing. But each financial decision is still weighed carefully. For the struggling class, expenses like vacations, name-brand goods, and new cars are off the table without going into debt. In many cases, your credit score is too low to even qualify for more than a few $1,000s in loans. But it's not game over for you. At least you can still afford to subscribe to this channel and learn to make more money. It's free. Now we're up to the financially stable class, and things start to get much more comfortable. You likely have a decent emergency fund and no longer live paycheck to paycheck, but you still need to be careful with your spending. You're in the company of about 1.7 billion people around the world. Financially stable people can typically afford to purchase mid-range vehicles, think Chevy, Toyota, and Honda, be approved for a mortgage, and splurge on regular extras like vacations, the newest smartphones, and gym memberships. You're not living the high life, but you're enjoying some stability and a few luxuries from time to time. This level of wealth is typically said to be obtainable by the average American family. You know, the white picket fence, 2 kids, and weekly soccer practice cliche. You have breathing room, and billions of people are significantly worse off than you. You're in a better position than most people in the world, but still nothing compared to the ultra-rich like Elon Musk. But first, let's go up one more step on the ladder where life starts to get pretty good. You're basic rich, but rich nonetheless. This is where things start to get fun. This is also where the club gets more exclusive. Only about 500 million people worldwide achieve this level of wealth. The basic rich, or affluent individuals, have a net worth between $100,000 and $1 million. When you're basic rich, you've got a large enough net worth to cover just about any emergency that may arise, so you're not worried about that anymore. You don't skip medical care or shop around for the best public schools. You can afford a mortgage for a home well above the average price in your area. You can also afford new luxury lineup vehicles like BMW, Mercedes, and Audis. You're not randomly buying a Lamborghini, but you're certainly not riding the bus. Unless you like riding the bus. This becomes a general theme. You have a lot more options in life. You can live in a home far exceeding your basic needs. All the kids get their own bedrooms and bathrooms, a movie room or a home gym, and maybe even a backyard pool. You can afford to travel regularly, and international vacations become more frequent. People at this level of wealth can afford to invest with greater risk or purchase an affordable second home. Many of us know a few folks personally at this level of wealth. They were the kids we went to school with who got a brand new car for their 16th birthday and spent their spring breaks at all-inclusive resorts. These are the folks who live in the neighborhood that pass out full-sized candy bars on Halloween. Yeah, I know, the people we all thought were basically richy rich when we were kids. People at this level of wealth work high-paying jobs, but still rely on a steady income to maintain their lifestyle. If they lose their prestigious high-paying job, it could place a serious financial burden on them. That is why I would call them rich, but not wealthy. I created a book summary of one of my favorite personal finance books, and in that video, I explained the difference between being wealthy and being rich. Be sure to check it out. When you're basic rich, the simple problems of the wealth levels below you disappear. You can buy your way out of most discomfort and inconvenience, but aren't measuring your wealth in net worth instead of salary, unlike the next level up. By the way, if you're enjoying this video so far, make sure to subscribe to the channel for more videos just like this. Super rich people are a step up from the basic rich. These are the people who are classified by the media as high net worth individuals. Folks at this level of wealth have somewhere between $1 and $5 million in net worth, and only about 40 million people make it to the level of the super rich worldwide. The super rich can afford to live wherever they want. Well, almost wherever. They probably still can't afford a 4-bedroom apartment in Monaco, which is one of the most expensive real estate markets in the world. But they could own multiple other modest homes or a really nice second home at this level of wealth in most places around the world. It's no problem since you can afford to fly first class and book suites instead of basic rooms for special occasions. You can afford your pick of just about anything, from world-class healthcare to Ivy League education. You can buy new vehicles every few years, possibly a vintage collectible car or a top-of-line fully loaded model from a luxury brand. You may even have a small household staff or a personal assistant, although it might be a bit hard to justify unless you absolutely need it. This is the level of wealth where the traditional 9-to-5 career begins to disappear. At this level, you're likely invested in enterprises making you passive income or are involved with a large corporation at a high level. Or maybe you got your money the old-fashioned way, by investing in index funds for 40 years and continuing to earn interest on it while adding a bit to the family fortune yourself. While a few unexpected expenses could make you sweat, you're still mindful of your spending and probably keep a close eye on your accounts to ensure you can continue to live comfortably in the long term. You can make riskier investments, but you're moving around hundreds of thousands of dollars, not millions. You can start doing that once you meet the threshold for abundant wealth. People at this level of wealth are also known as very high net worth individuals and have a net worth between $5 and $30 million. Less than 2 million people worldwide have reached the point of being abundantly wealthy. At the level of abundant wealth, you can own a multi-million-dollar home and several other vacation properties. You can fly first class anywhere and have no problem dropping thousands of dollars for a single night at a 5-star hotel. And you can do so with little planning, since you likely have a full staff to manage the kids and house while you're away. You're likely driving your dream car, or at least have it in the garage for clout alongside many others. Or maybe you don't like driving at all and let a private chauffeur do the task for you. You also probably have other vehicles purely for fun, like boats, RVs, or even a small plane. Shockingly enough, in the world of banking, you still are only a medium-sized fish. You have money to play with, but you can't just jump into anything without consideration. You still have to manage your finances a bit conservatively to keep them growing. And you're buying beach houses, not castles formerly inhabited by monarchs. You won't be doing that until you get to the next level of wealth, which is obscene wealth. Obscene wealth is the name I'm assigning to people labeled as ultra-high net worth individuals. The people at this level have a net worth of $30 million or more. Fewer than 50,000 people in the world make up the obscenely wealthy. This level of wealth affords people the ability to spend without thinking. They can go into a luxury goods store and pick up one of everything without calling a money manager first. They might be living in homes listed on top 10 lists in their part of the country, and they own multiple properties with dozens of bedrooms in spectacular locations. The obscenely wealthy fly privately chartered flights or have access to a private jet through fractional or full ownership. They can travel to the most luxurious 5-star properties worldwide, where they're obviously booking the most expensive room at peak times, even if it costs tens of thousands of dollars per night. If you're obscenely wealthy, you might have an extensive collection of luxury, vintage, or rare cars, a yacht, or membership to ultra-exclusive clubs. You might purchase rare art or have a collection of jewelry to rival a queen. Your social circle likely consists of high-powered politicians, celebrities, and the owners of large corporations. You likely have a full staff to manage all aspects of your life, and perhaps multiple personal assistants to field requests from people begging for a minute of your time. You'll experience increased pressure to share your good fortune with others at this level of wealth. Whether it's giving back to your local community by building new playgrounds, starting your own nonprofit, or joining the board of a charity, the public doesn't look kindly on obscenely wealthy folks who don't share anything. That pressure only builds at the next level of wealth, which happens once you hit $1 billion of net worth. Fewer than 3,000 people worldwide have achieved this almost inconceivable level of wealth. Billionaires' lives are only limited by their imaginations. If you were given $1 billion in cash and told to spend it all in a year, you could only accomplish that by dropping almost $3 million daily. And if that billion is in a bank earning interest, you would struggle to spend it all fast enough to empty your account. With $1 billion, you could purchase 50 Bugatti La Voiture Noirs, the world's most expensive car, valued at $18.68 million. Or personally bankroll the earnings of nearly 15,000 average American households. Or spend 1 week in every country in the world, 1,500 times. And that's just $1 billion. The price of admission to the Billionaires Club. Billionaires can do more than buy whatever they want. They can buy it in any shape, size, or material they want. I'm talking solid gold phone cases, diamond-encrusted toilet seats, mega yachts that rival cruise ships, a private fleet customized to your exact tastes, and more. Billionaires also have the benefit of access. Access to just about any person, space, or platform they desire. Want to talk to the President of the United States? You'll probably get a personal call back within the hour. Fancy playing a tennis match with Serena Williams? Make a big enough donation to her favorite charity, and she'll whoop your butt every other Tuesday. Want to shape the future of politics? The entire US Congress is ready to accept your campaign donations. Billionaires have a frightening amount of buying power. But none quite so much as the final level of wealth on this list, which I'm just calling the top 10. These 10 individuals, whose place on the list moves daily, have so many billions of dollars they can lose a couple without flinching. These are folks like Elon Musk, Bernard Arnault, Jeff Bezos, and Bill Gates. At the time I'm recording this, Musk has a net worth of almost $200 billion. Even the most philanthropic billionaires struggle to give away their wealth fast enough, as evidenced by Bill Gates. After he donated $20 billion to his foundation, he will only move down the list of the world's 10 wealthiest people, not off it. Some experts estimate that we could effectively end world hunger for good by 2030 for $330 billion. If Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos combined their fortunes, they could foot the bill and still have about $20 billion left between them. Unfortunately, most of their wealth is tied up in shares in their companies. They couldn't sell all of them without crashing the stock price that made them so rich in the first place. But humor me for a second. Should billionaires exist? And if so, do they have any obligation to help the rest of us? Let me know in the comments below. Now don't click off just yet, because I don't want you to just watch a video like this and then stay exactly where you are. If you want to move up in life and reach a level of wealth that you are truly happy with, watch this video on your screen. Why are you still here? Let's go! Click that video on your screen. You know you want to. I'll see you there.